Today we will solve a one-dimensional heat equation. In the last lecture, we studied about what is separation of variables method and how to use this to solve one-dimensional wave equation. So in the last topic or last lecture, we discussed the solution of one-dimensional wave equation and the question based on wave equations. So similarly, here we have one-dimensional heat equation and questions based on one-dimensional heat equation. So first, we will solve this one-dimensional heat equation based on cases using the separation of variables method, or this method is also known as Fourier series method. So first we will solve this equation, and then we will do some questions. We'll make some questions based on the heat equation. So as it was in the wave equation, one-dimensional wave equation, here also we have one heat equation which is partial differential equation. Yeah. So we have to solve this. So this is the theory about the heat equation, how it is generated. So this is the basic theory. Means we have a long, very long wire or rod, whatever it is, means it is very thin and very long. So two conditions are here. The length of this wire or rod is very long and it is very thin. So what the conditions we have? Consider a long thin wire or rod or bar of constant cross section. Constant cross section means at this point, means at each of the point of the bar, it has equal diameter. So it is of constant cross section. So the diameter at every point is, means here or here or here or here, anywhere. So dimensions are equal. So it is a bar or rod of constant cross section. It is very long and very thin, and homogeneous heat conducting material means whatever heat is here, we can observe the same heat here. So heat conducting material is same all over the rod. Homogeneous means same. So it is made of homogeneous heat conducting material. Next, let the bar be of length L. So suppose the long length we have considered, it has a long this length, and what is the length? Suppose that is small l, oriented along the x-axis. So we have kept this along the x-axis, this rod, and with one end at x is equal to 0. So one end is at x is equal to 0. Similarly, so in the same way, the last means end point, this end point would be at x is equal to L, because it is a rod of length L. So if one end is at x is equal to 0, the other end would be at x is equal to L. Now, then the heat flows in the bar along the x direction only. What is saying? Suppose the lateral surface of the bar is perfectly insulated. The lateral surface means outer layer. Outer layer of this bar is perfectly insulated. Then so that the heat flows in the bar along the x direction only. So we are measuring, means suppose we are giving heat at here, suppose. So the heat flows, heat transfers from here to this point. So it is along the x direction. Clear? It is along the x axis. Thus the temperature U, we are describing the temperature by the variable U of the bar, depends only on x and t. So the heat flows from this point to this point. So it is a dependent variable which depends on x. The length from this point means suppose at this point, at this point, at this point. So it depends on the length of the bar and the time. Of course, on the time, because after some time, what you will observe that the temperature will fall down. Clear? आपने स्टार्टिंग में उसे हीट दिया तो हीट फ्लो होगा पूरी रॉड पर, प्लस उसके बाद क्या होगा, आफ्टर सम टाइम वो हीट डाउन होता जाएगा, उसका टेम्परेचर डाउन होता जाएगा. This phenomena is described by the initial boundary problem consisting of one-dimensional heat equation. This del U over del T is equal to C square del 2U over del X square. So based on the theory of this problem, otherwise you don't need to bother about the problem, because what is our objective, that what is one-dimensional heat equation and how to solve this, and how to use this app solution to solve the question based on the one-dimensional heat equation. So that is our purpose. So you means you consider that this is your problem. So this is one-dimensional heat equation. Del U over del T is equal to C square del 2U over del X square. Clear? So you have a bar or wire or rod of length L, and the heat flows in the X direction. So the temperature at any point of this bar or rod or wire, it depends on the length X and the time T. So it is described by this one-dimensional heat equation, this partial differential equation, del U over del T is equal to C square del 2U over del X square. So where C square is called diffusivity constant. So it is diffusivity constant. There are a lot of parameters that these are problem dependent. So K is coefficient of thermal conductivity of the material, means the material from which we have we have made this bar or rod, the material of this rod, that is K, and A is specific heat of the rod, small a is the specific heat of the rod, and rho is the density of the rod. So the C square, which is in terms of K by A rho, is called diffusivity constant. So diffusivity constant is C square. So now the boundary conditions. So boundary conditions are, this is the partial differential equation, the heat equation, one-dimensional heat equation. Now what are the boundary conditions? U0T is equal to 0, ULT is equal to 0. So what we observe, or what is given to us, that end points are assumed to be at zero temperature. Clear? The end points of the bar or the rod, they are assumed to be at zero temperature. So at X is equal to 0 and at X is equal to L, the temperature is 0 in the bar, in the rod. So that these are boundary condition. U0T is equal to 0, ULT is equal to 0. And these are given to us. So now, and the initial condition means, what is the initial temperature of the bar or rod? The initial temperature distribution in the bar or the rod is given by Ux0 is equal to Fx. So Ux0 means at time t is equal to 0. So initial, the temperature is distributed like this, Fx, in the total bar 0 to L. It is greater than 0 and less than L. That means because at 0 there is no temperature, at L there is no temperature. So in between the rod, in between the length, what is the temperature? Initial temperature Ux0 is equal to Fx. So these are conditions. So same. Now you forget that what is this is heat equation or wave equation. This is our equation. We have to solve this using separation of variable method, and these are conditions. These are boundary conditions, and this is initial condition. So in the similar way, like we solved the wave equation, one-dimensional wave equation, we have to solve this also. The same process is there. So what is the process? Separation of variable method. What it says, how it starts. First, we have to observe how many independent variables are there. So the temperature distribution means this is the one-dimensional heat equation, and solution of this equation is the temperature distribution in the rod, which depends on X and T variable, the length of X and the time. So there are two independent variables, t and x, and dependent variable is u. So we assume our solution in this method, means solution of variables method, u is equal to product of two function. So why two function? Because there are two independent variables. So one function of one independent variable, second function of second independent variable. So this is our assumed solution. U is equal to xx t tt. That xx is a function of x alone, t is a function of t alone. So is complete solution. It is our assumed solution. So what we do next? We substitute this solution to the given differential equation. So for that we require del u over del t and del 2u over del x square. So what del u over del t is a one-time differentiation of u with respect to t. So x is constant because it is a function of x only. So it is independent of t. So the differentiation would be t dash, and x is as it is. So x t dash, and del 2u over del x square means double differentiation of u with respect to x. So x double dash, and t is constant with respect to x. So these are the derivatives. Now we will substitute these to the given differential equation. So what we get, this is del u over del t. So x t dash is equal to c square. So c square, and this is del 2u over del x square here. So the x double dash t. So now what is our objective? We have to separate the variables. So separation is possible. We have taken x dash over x. X we have brought this here, and c square t on the left hand side. So t dash over c square t. So now x double dash over x is equal to t dash over c square t, and the left hand side is a function of x alone, x independent variable small x, and right hand side is a function of small t, means t independent variable. So both are independent variables. So we know they are equal only when they are equal to a constant. So suppose these two functions are equal to a constant, say k. So now we will consider the cases, because this k, the constant, is either 0 or negative or positive. So we will see, we will observe that which case, in the solution of which case suits to our problem, means a heat equation. So case 1, which when k is suppose 0, so constant is 0, that means left hand side is equal to 0, right hand side is equal to 0. So we will get two differential equations, x double dash 0, t dash 0. So x double dash is what? d2x over dx square 0, and this is t dash, means dt over dt is equal to 0. So if we integrate this, what we get, dx over x is equal to one integrating constant. Again we will integrate this because we have to solve this, so we have to remove the derivatives. So this is first integration. Again we will integrate, we will get x is equal to c1 x plus c2. So this is solution of this equation. And for this, because this is first order equation, so only after first integration we will get our solution. So t is equal to c3. So what is our complete solution? Because this u is equal to x into t. So this is x value, this is t value. So this is the solution in first case when constant is 0. Now if suppose k is positive, so I have taken this as k square. I already told you the reason why k square, because we don't want to keep square root k every time. So just because of that, we have taken this as k square. So left hand side is equal to k square, right hand side is equal to k square. So what we will get from here, x double dash minus k square x is equal to 0. This is d2x over dx square minus k square x is equal to 0. So this is LDE, linear differential equation, linear ordinary differential equation with constant coefficient. So we know how to solve this. We will get CF and PI. PI would be 0 because right hand side is 0. So for CF, what we do, we get the auxiliary equation. So what is the auxiliary equation? M square minus k square is equal to 0. So in this way, we will get two roots. M is equal to plus k and minus k. So both are real and distinct. So in that case, how to write the CF? C1 e to the power m1x plus C2 e to the power m2x, and m1 is plus k, m2 is minus k. The two roots are plus k and minus k. So this is the solution of first equation. There is no PI. So now for second, this is t dash minus c square kt is equal to 0. This is first order LDE with constant coefficient. So auxiliary equation would be m minus c square k square is equal to 0. So root would be m is equal to c square k square. So one root is there. So how to write CF? C3, because CF C2 we have already taken. So now this is C3 e to the power m into t, because independent variable is t now. So this is m value, c square k square. There is no pi because right hand part is 0. So the total solution is u is equal to x into t. So for the second case we get our solution. Now for the third case, when k is suppose negative, that is minus k square, suppose. So left hand side is equal to minus k square, right hand side is equal to minus k square. So x double dash plus k square x is equal to 0. T dash plus c square k square is equal to 0. So both are LDE with constant coefficient. So we will get auxiliary equations and CF and then the solution. So the roots would be like, because this is m square plus k square is equal to 0. So m square would be equal to minus k square. So roots are plus minus ki. Now complex roots, plus minus ki. Real part is 0, imaginary part is k. So how to write CF? E to the power 0x, because real part is 0, into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x, and beta is k. So cos kx plus c2 sin kx. This is the complex case, complex root case. So this is solution. Pi is 0 again. Here the root is the auxiliary equation is m plus c square plus k square is equal to 0. So root is, because this is first order, so m की value जो आएगी वो क्या आएगी, minus c square k square. So एक ही root है, single root which is real. So c3 into e to the power, what is the m value, minus c square k square into t. So the total solution in third case is u is equal to x into t. So this is the solution in third case. Yeah. Now out of these three we have to select one based on the nature of the problem. So since we are dealing with the problem of heat conduction, the physical nature of the temperature uxt is to decrease with increase of time. जैसे ही आप टाइम को इंक्रीज करोगे वो जो टेम्परेचर है वो डाउन होता जाएगा. सो हमें वो नेचर चेक कर लेते हैं कौन सा सोल्यूशन हमारा सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है. सो विद इंक्रीज ऑफ टाइम जो uxt है that must be in decreasing form. So if you observe the first solution, if you increase the time here, there is no change in the u. So u is constant, which is not our case, because in our case, because this is heat conduction flow. So with the increase of time, the heat conduction must decrease. So and in this is independent of time. So this is not our solution. Similarly, if you increase the time here, what we get, e to the power t positive t. So when you increase time, this will increase and this will increase, that means u will increase. So with the increase of in the time, the u is also going to increase. So this is again means this is not our solution. So the last case, because here e to the, if in this case we increase the time t, so this is negative. So this is 1 over e to the power c square k square t. So whenever you increase time, the exponential function will increase. So 1 over the increasing function means the decreasing function. So in this case, u is decreasing when we increase the time t. So this is our solution. So so third case means when k is minus k square. So it suits means solution in this case suits to our physical nature of the problem. In the heat conduction flow means in the one-dimensional heat equation. So the solution, whatever I have described or what I have explained is written here. When t is infinite, u is constant. When t is infinite, u is infinite. When t is infinite, u tends to 0. So third case is our case. It will give us the solution. So solution in case 3, that is equation 7, this is considered to be solution of heat equation given by equation 1, means one-dimensional heat equation. So third case will give us our complete solution. Now applying the boundary conditions, which are u0t is 0 and ult is 0. So first u0 t is 0, that is at x is equal to 0, uxt 0. So we will apply here. So apply x is 0, so u0t. Now x is 0, so that means c1 into cos 0 1, c1 1. C2 sine 0, that means C2 0 into C3 e to the power minus C square K square T, because this is not in terms of X. So we have substituted X as 0 here. Now this is, because this is C2 into 0, 0. So C1 into this, C1 into C3 into this, and this U0T is 0 given, it is given 0. So 0 is equal to something. So we have three terms, means we have a product which is 0, C1 into C3 into this is 0. So the three possibilities are there, either C1 is 0 or C3 is 0 or this term is 0. But you know, because if C3 is 0, if C3 is 0, then the solution will be 0, because C3 is a multiple, a factor here. So if C3 is 0, the whole solution is 0. Similarly, if this is 0, then again the total solution is 0. So only possibility which is left is C1 equal to 0, as C3 and this term cannot be 0 for non-trivial solution. So if C1 is 0, so what is the reduced solution? Because C1 is 0, so what is the reduced solution? C2 sine kx into C3 e to the power minus C square, C2 sine kx, C3 e to the power minus C square K square T. So this is the reduced solution. Now second boundary condition is ULT is 0, that is at x is equal to L, UXT 0. So apply that condition in the reduced solution. So ULT means we have to substitute L for x. So C2 sine KL, x is replaced by L. Now C3 e to the power minus C square K square T, and this ULT is 0. It is given that it is 0 at x is equal to L. So 0 is equal to C2 C3 sine KL e to the power minus C square K square T. So again, we have four factors. This product is 0, that means either C2 is 0 or C3 is 0 or this term is 0 or this term is 0. So if you observe in the reduced solution, if C2 is 0, the whole solution is 0. If C3 is 0, whole solution is 0. If this term is 0, the whole solution is 0. So C2, C3 and this term cannot be 0. Only possibility which is left, sine KL is 0. This is not sine KX. Here also means if sine KX is 0, then UXT is 0. But this is sine KX and this is sine KL. So this can be 0. If this is sine kx, again we cannot take sine kx 0, because otherwise the solution would be 0. So sine, only one possibility is there, sine kl is 0, and when sine kl is 0, when this angle is n pi, sine every pi is 0. So kl would be n pi and k would be n pi by L, and it is satisfied when either n1, n is 1 or n is 2 or n is 3 up to infinite. So infinite possibilities are here. Sine may be this, k may be pi by L, 2 pi by L, 3 pi by L, 4 pi by L. So lot of possibilities, infinite possibilities are there. So k is n pi by L. Now what is the reduced solution satisfying both boundary conditions? So this is that solution. Now we have to substitute k n pi by L. So C2 sine k pi, sorry, k की जगह हमें रखना है n pi by L. C2 sine n pi x by L, C3 e to the power minus C square, and for k square, n square pi square L square T. So this is the reduced solution. Again, because we have C2, C3, so we have kept that as one another constant, say A, because C2, C3 are arbitrary, so the multiplication is also arbitrary. So A sine n pi x by L e to the power minus n square pi square C square L square T. So this is the, and again, like in the previous case, means in one dimensional wave equation, I told you that this is our solution satisfying both the boundary condition. So if we substitute n1, we have one solution. When we substitute n2, we will get second solution. When we substitute n is equal to 10, we will get another solution. So all are solutions, and values are 1, 2, 3 up to infinite. So whatever value we will substitute for n, it is our solution. It is our one solution. So, and we know that the fact for homogeneous differential equation, the linear combination of the solutions is again one solution. So I have added all these solutions. N is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3. So all are solutions. So, and we have added all the solutions. So for this, we have written this summation n is equal to 1 to infinite. An sine n pi x by L e to the power n square pi square C square by L square T. So this is the most general solution satisfying both the boundary conditions. Now the initial conditions. What is an initial condition? What initial condition is given? This ux0 is fx. So ux0 is fx we have given. So ux0 is fx. That means at t is equal to 0, uxt is fx. So apply in the reduced solution. This is our reduced solution. So ux0, that means we have to substitute 0 for t. So summation an sin n pi x by l e to the power minus n square pi square c square by l square into t, and t for t we have to substitute 0. So this is 0, c to the power 0 is 1. So and this ux0 is fx. So clearly, like in the previous case in the one dimensional wave equation, this is, if you know that fx, the sine, the Fourier sine series expansion of fx is equal to this in the interval 0 to L. So bn sin n pi by L x, where bn is given by 2 by L 0 to L fx sin n pi x by L dx. So if we compare this solution to this solution, so this is again what is this? This is Fourier sine series expansion of fx in the interval 0 to L. So an would be equal to 2 by L 0 to L fx sin n pi x by L dx. So this is the strategy. Means whenever we have to write the solution of one dimensional heat equation, this is the solution. uxt is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinite an sin something into to the power something into t, where an is given by 2 by L 0 to L fx sin n pi x by L dx. So this is the solution. So now the applications means the question based on the one dimensional heat equation. So in that case, directly we have to write this solution where an is this. So we have to calculate this integration. For that we need fx. So in the question we will be given with fx. So we have to substitute that fx here and integrate an, and substituting this an here will given us our required solution. So it is very much, the process is very similar to the previous one. There is nothing different. So application of one dimension heat equation. So question is what? Find the temperature uxt in a slab whose ends x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L are kept at 0 temperature, whose initial temperature fx is given by fx is equal to a 0 when x is between 0 to L by 2 and x is between L by 2 to L. So the length, find the temperature uxt in a slab whose ends are at 0 temperature. So this was the condition in the heat equation. Both ends are at 0 temperature. So it is given. Now the initial temperature fx is given by, so the length of the slab is L because its ends, one end is at x is equal to 0, other end is at x is equal to L. So it is of length L. So from initial point to the middle point, this is L by 2. So half length in the half bar or half slab, the temperature is A, and in the second half the temperature is 0. So this is the initial temperature. So simply we have to write the temperature uxt in a slab whose both ends are kept at 0 temperature is given by this. This was the solution. This equation uxt an sin e. So an sin e, where an is given by 2 by L 0 to L fx sin n pi x by L dx. So now we have to substitute fx. So we know the fx in the question. Fx is the what is fx? Fx is ux0. So this is a when x is between 0 to L by 2, and this is 0 when x is between L by 2 to L. So what is an? 2 by L 0 to L fx sin n pi x by L dx. So now we substitute the value of fx, but fx is a discontinuous function. So 0 to L by 2 we have one definition of fx, and from L by 2 to L we have another definition of fx. So fx is a or 0. So we have distributed the limits from 0 to L by 2 to L, because this is given here. So Now simply you have to integrate. So second integration is 0 because coefficient is integrand is 0. Only you have to integrate this. So a is constant, so we can take this out of this integration. Now what is left? Sine n pi x by l. So what is the integration? Minus cos and the angle integration. Now we have to substitute the limits 0 to L by 2. So after substituting the limits and simplifying, you will get this, and this is 1 minus cos theta. So 2 sine square theta by 2. Just we are simplifying the answer. So an is this. So our solution uxt is equal to, this is an into sine into e. So just 4a by pi we have kept outside because this, it is independent of n. So this is 1 by n sine square sine e to the. This is our solution. Now the homogeneous rod of conducting material of length 100 centimeter. So the length is 100 centimeter. That means L value is 100. Has its ends kept at 0 temperature. So the same condition is here also. And the temperature initially is given by ux0. That means fx is x when x is between 0 to 50, and this it is 100 minus x when it is between 50 to 100. So total length of the rod is 100. From initial point to middle point, the initial temperature is x, this, and from this point to this point, the temperature is 100 minus x. Clear? So find the temperature at any time t. So this is the question. So length of the rod is 100 centimeter. That means the value of L is 100. Now we know that the temperature uxt in a homogeneous rod whose both ends are at 0 temperature is given by this equation, where an is this. Now what is fx? Fx is x, 100 minus x when x is between 0 to 50 and between 50 to 100. So simply simple integration. So 0 2 by L, this is an value, 0 to L fx into something, and now the substituting the value of L. So L is 100. So 2 by 100, 0 to 100 fx into sine. Now what is fx value? So this is 2 by 100. That means 1 by 50. 0 to 100 fx into sine. Now substituting the value of fx. So fx is x from 0 to 50, and fx is 100 minus x from 50 to 100. Now simple integration. This is x into sine. This is 100 minus x into sine. So two functions are there. This is x function. This is also x function. This is x function. This is also x function. So by simple integration of u into v, x into integration of second minus integration differentiation of first, that means differentiation of x into integration of second, limits are 0 to 50. Similarly 100 minus x, the integration of second minus the differentiation of first, that means differentiation of 100 minus x is minus 1. Integration of second, the limits from 50 to 100. So again we have to integrate this. We will get this. Now simply by applying the limits 0 to 50, 50 to 100, some terms would be cancelled out, and some would, this, because this is sine pi, sine n pi, so this would be 0. This would be cancelled by this term, and this is sine n pi by 2, sine n pi by 2. So 2 times sine n pi by 2. So this is the simplification. Or 400 by n square pi square sine n pi by 2. Again, if n is even, you know, this would be, suppose n is 4, so 4 pi by 2 means 2 pi, sine every pi is 0, so this is 0. And when n is odd, this is non-zero. So substituting the value of an in the answer, uxt is equal to summation, this is an, this is sine, this is e. So 400 over pi square outside, and n from, we have written this infinite, now odd, or for odd numbers, because for even the an is 0. So there it will not contain the term like 1 over 1 square, 1 over 3 square, 1 over 2 square, 1 over 4 square, 1 over 6 square, because 1 over n square is here. And whenever n is even, the an is 0. So only it is non-zero for odd n. So n is equal to 1 to odd. For all odd numbers, it is 1 by n square sine n pi by 2 sine n pi by L e to the power minus n square pi square c square by L square t. So this is answer. Similarly, solve the equation del u over del t is equal to del 2 u over del x square with boundary conditions. Ux0 is 3 sine n pi x, u0 t0 u1 t0 where x is between 0 and 1. So in here we have given the question, you have to solve this. So if you compare this with the one dimensional heat equation, what was that del u over del t is equal to c square del 2u over del x square. So in this case c square is 1, c square is 1. The length of the rod is 1 unit because it is between 0 to 1, so length is 1 unit. And u0 t0 यानी ये हमारी पहली बाउंड्री कंडीशन है, u1 t0 ये सेकेंड बाउंड्री कंडीशन है. सो बाउंड्री कंडीशंस आर आल्सो सेम. So this represents one dimensional heat equation where c square is 0, length of bar or rod is 1, and these are same boundary condition, and this is initial temperature. ux0 means fx, 3 sine n pi x. So this represents a one dimensional heat equation where x is between 0 1, c square is 1, so length of rod is 1 unit. So solution is this, where we have to find out the an value. So because L is 1, so solution is u xt is equal to summation an sine n pi x by L. So L is 1, so this is sine n pi x e to the power minus n square pi square c square by L square, and L is 1 because it is rod of length 1. So substituting L square 1 square, so n square pi square into c square is again 1, so neglecting that also. So c n square pi square is left into t. So this is solution where an is 2 by L, 0 to L, fx sine and pi x by L. So again substituting the value of L, which is 1. So 2 by 1, 0 to 1 fx. And what is fx? Fx is 3 sine n pi x. So 3 sine n pi x, this is sine n pi x already, it was there, sine n pi x. Now simple integration. So by simple integration and applying the limits 0 to 1, we will get an 3. So solution is ux2 is equal to this, where an is 3. One more question is there. You you try to solve this. This is your answer. Sorry, this is not your answer. This is the initial temperature. So this is fx. Yeah, this is your fx. The length is 2. That means L value is 2. So these are questions where ends kept at 0 temperature. If both ends are not at 0 temperature, then we have different cases. I have not mentioned these cases here. Means I have not solved any question regarding that cases. I will I will explain those questions in the classrooms. So it was I found this typical for me to explain those cases in the online classes. So whenever we will in the classroom, we will discuss the remaining cases where both ends are not at the 0 temperature. So this is still unsolved. You solve this question. It is very easy question. This is fx. The length is 2, and rest conditions are same. So now the Laplace equation. Initially we solved wave equation, then heat equation, now Laplace equation. So Laplace equation is also called two-dimensional steady state heat flow. Steady state का meaning क्या होता है? Steady state meaning which is independent of time. Independent of time means it does not depend on time. So the two-dimensional heat equation, it is also called two-dimensional heat equation. Laplace equation is two-dimensional heat equation. What is that? Del U over del T is equal to, if you remember the one-dimensional heat equation, it was del U over del T is equal to, suppose, C square del 2U over del X square. It was one dimension. But if we add plus del 2U over del Y square, it is two-dimensional heat equation. Yeah. So because it is a Laplace equation, we have to solve Laplace equation, and Laplace equation is a special case of particular case of two-dimensional heat equation when it is steady state. And steady state, that means it is independent of time. That means del U over del T is 0. So the left hand side is 0. So what is left? This equation only. 0 is equal to a square del 2u over del x square plus del 2u over del y square. So del 2u over del x square plus del 2u over del y square is equal to 0. This is known as Laplace equation. So equation 2 is known as Laplace equation or potential equation in two dimensions. So it is two-dimensional heat equation. In one dimension, we considered a rod, a thin rod. Now we have a plate. We have a plate. So the heat flow in a rectangular plate is a two-dimensional heat equation. So we have the heat, the temperature in the y-axis and in x-axis both. Clear? Initially, it was our thin rod, so we have kept the temperature only with respect to x-axis. But now this is a plate. It has length. It has width. So the temperature is in the x-axis and also in the y-axis. So this is two-dimensional heat equation, but we have considered a particular case where it is steady state. So it is independent of time. So that's why del U or del T is equal to 0. So only these terms are left. Del T U or del X square plus del T U del Y square is equal to 0. So whenever you are, means if you have been asked that solve the Laplace equation, so you have to write this equation. This is a Laplace equation. But what is Laplace equation? Laplace equation is a particular case of heat equation, two-dimensional heat equation. So it is a heat equation. Yeah. Now, so this is our question, and you have to solve this, and you know how to solve this. We first assume our complete solution as a product of two function. Why two product of two function? Because now here we have two independent variables, x and y. In the one dimension we had t and x, two independent variables, but it is independent of time t. So now we have variables x and y as independent variables. So again we have two independent variables. So now we assume our solution as product of two function xy, where x is a function of x and y is a function of y. So we have to substitute this in this equation, Laplace equation, where we need two derivatives, del 2u del x square, del 2u del y square. So del 2u del x square is x double dash y, del 2u del y square is x y double dash. Clear? So now substitute these values. So what we will get, del 2u del x square is x double dash y. This is del 2u del y square, x y double dash is equal to 0. Now making the separation. So x double dash over x plus y double dash over y is equal to 0. That means x double dash over x minus is equal to minus y double dash over y. So both are, this is in terms of x, this is in terms of y, and this is possible only when these are equal to a constant k. So now we will discuss k, either k is 0. So you know the same process is there, how to solve this. So we are getting one solution in this case. Second solution in second case, this is positive k square, the negative k square. In this case we are getting, because this this is plus k square, this is minus square. So in this case we will get complex roots, in this case we will get real roots. So this is the solution in third case. So now of these three solutions, we will have to choose the solution which is consistent with the physical nature of the problem. And you know what is the physical nature of the problem, because the Laplace equation is a particular case of heat equation. So in heat equation, what is our solution? The solution in the third case. So always we will keep this solution as our solution for the Laplace equation. So now the application of Laplace equation, two-dimensional heat equation, is in a steady state. Laplace equation is also known as two-dimensional heat equation in steady state. So solve this, which satisfies the condition U0. So in the basic question, we did not know about the boundary conditions. So whenever if we have been asked any question based on Laplace equation, so we will be given some boundary condition. So using those boundary condition, we have to solve, reduce our final solution. So these are boundary condition: U0, Y, UL0, UX0. All three are 0, and UXA sine n pi x by L. So here we have four boundary conditions. Why? Because this is not rod only. This is a plate, means like this. You have a plate. So at this point, temperature is 0. At this point, temperature is 0. At this end, temperature is 0. And at this end, temperature is 0. Four ends are there. For x is equal to 0, x is equal to L, y is equal to 0, y is equal to A. So these are the boundary conditions. So this is the Laplace equation. These are the boundary conditions, four boundary conditions. So we know that the solution of Laplace equation is one of the following. This is case 1 when k is 0, when k is positive, k is negative, and out of which solutions third and fourth, means this and this, cannot satisfy the given boundary condition because it is a heat equation. So we know the only possible solution is equation fifth, means case 3 solution where k is negative. So also if you don't write these lines, so what you have to do, you have to satisfy boundary conditions. So if you apply the boundary, suppose you consider your solution as equation 3, means case 1 question when k is 0. So u0 is 0, so x is 0, that means c1 into something is 0, so c1 would be 0. So what is left? C2x into something 0. Now you apply ul y0, so keeping x l, so because c1 is already 0, so c2l is into something is 0, so either c2 is 0 or this 0. But if c2 is 0, the solution is 0. If this factor is 0, the again solution is 0. So only 0 solution is the possibility. So that's why we will discard this solution. This is not our solution. Clear? Case 3 means you simply apply these condition here, you will get 0 solution. So this is not the case. Again, if you apply second also, if you try that whether this is our solution, so if we apply these condition again, we will get 0 solution. So these two solution cannot be our final solution, as these are the cases. This is the particular case of heat equation. So only third solution is our final solution. Now applying the boundary condition. What are boundary conditions? u0 y is 0, so x is 0, ux is 0. So this is our solution. So u0 y, that means c1 cos 0 means c1 1, c2 sin 0 means 0. So c1 1 plus c2 0 into something. So u0 y is 0, so it is 0. Now this is c1 into something 0. So either this factor is 0 or c1 is 0. This factor cannot be 0, otherwise the whole solution is 0. So for this, c1 must be 0. So what is reduced solution? We will discard c1 because c1 is 0. So what is left? c2 into sine kx. c2 sine kx into something as our reduced solution. Now second boundary condition, ul y 0. So at x is equal to l, ux y 0. So then by this equation, uly is equal to c2 sine kl, because we have substituted l for x into something. Again, this is 0. So either c2 is 0 or this 0 or sine kl is 0, but c2 and this factor cannot be 0, otherwise the reduced solution would be 0. So only this possibility, sine kl is 0, and sine kl 0 is will give us that k is n pi by l. So n is either 1 or 2 or 3 or up to infinite number. So this is the reduced solution satisfying the boundary conditions, two boundary conditions, because in this case we have 4 conditions. So C2 now k is n pi by l. So again ky minus ky. So writing the value of k n pi by l. So this is the reduced solution. Now the third condition is ux 0 is 0, when means at y when y is 0, ux y is 0. So substituting in this, ux 0 is equal to c2 sine pi n pi x by l into, because we have kept y0, so c3 e to the power 0 1, again e to the power 0 1, so c4 1. So again in this case, because either c2 is 0 or sine n pi x by l 0, or this factor is 0. Again c2 and this factor cannot be 0, because the reduced solution would be 0 in that case. C2 is 0. If this is 0, so the whole solution is 0. So only third possibility is left, that C3 plus C4 must be 0. Because this will not make our solution 0. This is C3 into something plus C4 into something. So C3 plus C4 can be 0. So this means that C4 is minus C3, or C3 is minus C4. Clear? So reduced solution is C2 into sine, now C3, and I have written minus C3 for C4. So keeping C3 common, so C2 C3 sine e to the power something minus e to the power something. So now the fourth condition, uxa is sine n pi x by l. So at y is equal to a, uxy की वैल्यू जो है what is that sin n pi x by l. So uxa is equal to in the reduced solution we have to substitute this. So c2 c3 sin n pi x by l. Now we have substituted a for y. So e to the power n pi l by n pi by l a and minus e to the power minus n pi by l a. So now the left hand side is uxa is sin n pi x by l. It is given to us that uxy is sin n pi x by l. So keeping the right hand side. So now what will happen? This will be cancelled by this. So c2 c3 into something is equal to 1. This is constant now because there is no variable, no, neither x nor the y. So c2 c3 is equal to 1 over this constant. So reduced solution is uxy equal to c2 c3 into sine into something. So writing c2 c3 as its value 1 over e to the power something sin n pi x by l into something. So if you observe this, we can write this in terms of sine hyperbolic function. E to the power theta minus e to the power minus theta is equal to 2 sine hyperbolic theta. Clear? Similarly here also e to the power theta minus e to the power minus theta. So it is equal to 2 sine hyperbolic theta. Clear? So this is sine n pi x by l. This upon this 2 would be cancelled by this 2. So this is the left solution. So this is the remaining solution, which represents solution of Laplace equation which satisfy all the conditions given in equation 2, means these conditions, equation 2, these boundary conditions. Again, the rectangular plate which insulated surfaces is in 10 centimeter wide. That is means the now the width means this is 10 centimeter and so long compared to its width. Its length is very high and compared to its width. That is, it may be considered as infinite. So we can consider this infinite length plate. Width is 10 centimeter, but length is infinite. Without if the temperature along the short edge is y is equal to 0 and y is equal to infinite. Two short edges are there. It has 4 edges. This x is equal to 0, x is equal to 10, y is equal to 0 and y is equal to infinite because it has infinite length. So y is equal to infinite. So what is given if the temperature along the short edge y is equal to 0 means that this edge is given ux0 is equal to 20x, 20, 10 minus x when x is between 0 to 5 and between 5 to 10. Clear? So from this point to half point, the temperature is 20x, and from half point to the last point, it is 20, 10 minus x. Clear? While the two long edges means x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 10, as well as the other short edge are kept at 0 degree centigrade. So means there are 4 edges. Here we have given the temperature, this edge, and the infinite edge. Here x, y is equal to infinite. For all 3 edges, we have the temperature 0 degree Celsius. So these are kept at 0 degree Celsius. So find the steady state temperature. Steady state means, again, steady state means where it is independent of time. Temperature at any point xy of the plate. So we know it is 2-dimensional because we have a rectangular plate. So it is 2-dimensional heat equation. And in a steady state, the 2-dimensional heat equation is given by this equation, which is known as Laplace equation. So the conditions are u0 y0, u10 y0, ux infinite 0. These are because 3 x is equal to 0, the temperature is 0. For x is equal to 10, the temperature is 0. For y is equal to infinite, the temperature is 0. So for 3 it is 0, and for this edge x is equal to 10 means y is equal to 0. Sorry, this edge y is equal to 0 means ux0 is 20x, 20, 10 minus x, from 0 to 5, 5 to 10. So we know that the Laplace equation, the solution of Laplace equation is one solution out of these, and Otherwise, you can write you can write directly that we know what is our solution, because in case 3 we will get our solution. Why? Because it will satisfy all the boundary conditions. Otherwise, if you don't want to write these lines, so you simply apply one of the possibility, means this is your one possible solution, this is second possible solution, this is third possible solution. So you start with this and apply these boundary conditions. So what you will get 0 solution in this case and this case, so which is not satisfying our requirements. So only third possibility is left. So out of these solutions, solution third and fourth, means these first two cases cannot satisfy the given boundary conditions in this equation. So only possible solution is this. Similarly, now apply all 4 conditions which are given here. Apply these conditions. So u0 y0 when x is 0, uxy is 0. So if you apply this in this solution, c1 plus c2 plus something. So c1, either c1 is 0 or this 0. So this cannot be 0 because it will convert whole solution 0, because this factor is here. So if this factor is 0, this solution is 0. So c1 would be 0. So reduced solution is c1, because c1 is 0. So this term is out. Now this is left. So c2 sin kx into something. Now for second, u10 y 0. So when x is 10, uxy is 0. So now u10 y means keeping x as 10. So 10k into something, c2 is 0. So either c2 is 0 or sin 10k is 0 or this 0. Again, we know that c2 and this cannot be 0 for non-trivial solution. So sin k10 would be 0. So sin 10k, when it will be 0 when k is n pi by 10 and n is 1, 2, 3. So reduced solution is c2. What is k? N pi by 10, n pi by 10, n pi by 10, n pi by 10. Now third condition, ux infinite is 0. So y at y tends to infinite, uxy is 0. So limit y tends to infinite, because we cannot write directly y infinite, otherwise everything would be infinite. So this is in limit form. So limit y tends to infinite, uxy is equal to limit y tends to infinite into this. So it is independent of y. So keeping this outside, this is outside of the limit. So c3 into limit y tends to infinite into a function of y. c4 limit y tends to infinite into a function of y. So this is because negative with negative power. So whenever you apply y tends to infinite, it would be 0, because it is e to the power minus infinite. So e to the power minus infinite is 1 over e to the power infinite, means 1 over infinite means 0. So this is 0. Now if we apply directly here that y tends to infinite, this is e to the power infinite, and infinite into something is infinite. But so this is the positive, but you are saying that this is 0 because the condition is given this is 0 when y tends to infinite. So this, if you apply directly y tends to infinite here, so it is infinite, but c3 is there because it must be equal to 0. So so only c3 is possibility, means if c3 is 0, then 0 into something would be 0. So otherwise the RHS will not tend to 0, because left hand side, the left hand side is 0. So right hand side is also equal to 0. It must be equal to 0. And this is 0 only when C3 is 0, because this is something which tending to infinite. So if this coefficient is 0, then everything will be multiplied by 0. Yeah. So one possibility is there that C3 is 0. So the reduced solution is, now we have make C3 0. So this is the reduced solution. Again, C2, C4, we have written this as A. So because we have possibilities, different possibilities for n. So I have written, now I have added all the possibilities, because the linear combination of all the solution is again a solution of the homogeneous equation. So uxy is equal to summation an into something. Now the what is, because we have, this is third condition. Now the fourth condition, there are 4 conditions. This is ux0 is this is fx, initial temperature. So this is our reduced solution. Now for the last condition, y is 0. So if you substitute y 0, what it would be e to the power 0. So e to the power 0 is 1. So this is our solution. Now if you compare again, if you compare this, this represents a Fourier series expansion of ux0 in the interval 0 to 10. Clear? This represents a Fourier series sine series expansion of ux0 in the interval 0 to 10. So if we compare this, what we will get means this is the expansion of fx in the interval 0 to L. Fx is equal to something where an is given by this. So if we compare this, so again we have an is equal to 2 by L. L is 10 here. So 0 to 10 fx is what means whatever is the left hand side. So ux0. So ux0 sine n pi x by 10. Clear? So now substitute the value for ux0. So ux0 is a discrete function which has two definitions. So it has one definition between 0 to 5, another definition from 5 to 10. So this is ux0, this is ux0. So it is 20x or 10 minus x. Now simply integrate this and apply the limits. So some this would be cancelled out by this. So after simplifying, what we are getting this again. When n is even, this will be 0. So this is 0. N is odd. This will come out at this. So the solution is uxy is equal to an into sine into e to the power something. So uxy is, this is an value. Yeah. So this is our solution. So we have, in this chapter, we have solved one-dimensional wave equation, one-dimensional heat equation, and two-dimensional heat equation in a steady state, which is known as Laplace equation. And the questions based on wave equation, heat equation, and Laplace equation. But we have solved particular questions. The question in particular cases means like where we have kept the edges of the bar at 0 temperature. If the ends are not at the 0 temperature, then we have different cases. We have different strategy to solve this. So that we will discuss in the classroom.